Hey, what is up, guys? I finally reached Mythic momentarily. I wanted to share the deck that I got the Mythic with. Just a quick warning about the video. It's not going to be a deck tech or anything. I'm just going to be talking about the Diamond meta and the decks that I use to climb to Mythic. I use the Orzhov Humans deck and Reanimator deck. If you want to check out the Orzhov Humans list that I've used, I actually have 2 videos up explaining about the deck, so you can check it out there. As for the Reanimator deck, I'll have a deck list at the end of the video and talk more about the deck. I know this is an early climb. I really wanted to get to Mythic as soon as possible because Neon Dynasty Kamigawa is coming out February 10th, I believe. But because of that, I really wanted to get to Mythic as soon as possible once Kamigawa comes out so that I can make some more janky decks without having to really worry about losing ranks. But I didn't play too much with the Reanimator until the very last push. I was Diamond 1 with Orzhov Humans that I featured in my YouTube channel. I was trying to push to Mythic with the deck, but that particular deck becomes really strong when you go first and have Esper Sentinel out into Dahlia. I was getting really unlucky with me going second. As you can see here, I was at Diamond 1. Trying to climb up all the way to Mythic, but my last few games have been draw, and I was just not feeling it. So I switched up the deck to Reanimator, and we finally reached Mythic. Yeah, so we are at the bottom of the diamond, and climb all the way back up here, and then we reached Mythic here. What's really interesting is, so this is actually my first time actually pushing Mythic this early into the season. And what I've noticed is that when you push Mythic too fast, that means there's only a couple people in Diamond Ladder. They know what you're playing. And I know what they're playing. Considering that, I'm actually very impressed that the Humans deck performed the way it did. Like, look at this. They know your deck. And I also know their deck, and they're constantly switching decks as well. So they mulligan accordingly. So despite that, the deck actually performed pretty well. Even though opponents knew my deck, I could keep playing the deck if I wanted to. I probably could have reached Mythic with this deck easily. I'm gonna be talking about a little bit more about the meta in the Diamond Ladder at the moment. So the Diamond Ladder. Surprisingly, a lot of mono red. And the deck does really well against because there's a lot of creature variants without any spells. We actually crush them. There's also mono red that uses just burn spells, and we also crush them because we play Esper Sentinel and Dahlia. And a lot of Selesnya Enchantress decks and life gain decks. Life gain decks, I think our deck actually lose to, but we got pretty lucky with opponent breaking, and we have just answers all the time with Proto Cathar and Skyclave Apparitions. Enchantress decks is a little bit tough. You have to time your Ranger Captain Obios for a final push for lethal damage. Even if they have 9 lives set up, you can make it so that Ranger Captain of Eos can deny them a turn from playing Solemnity, or when they first play their Solemnity or 9 lives. If you time it well, you can actually win against Selesnya Enchantress pretty easily. Aside from that, blue-white. So blue-white and Jeskai controls. So I think this Jeskai control is not really accurate like this 1-4. There's some like indomitable creativities in there, and there's also like Immersion Ultimatum decks. So this is not really accurate. So let's just look at blue-white for a second. So I went 7 and 6 against them. And so this is mostly control decks, right? There's a bit of Azorius auras as well. Azorius aura is actually incredibly difficult for our deck to handle because they play a copy of Hushbringer, which basically stops a lot of things that we are trying to do, which is enter the battle effect triggers. that's one of the reasons why I went up on Brutal Cathar. You can see that we are playing 4 copies towards the end. So even if you don't get the enter the battle effect trigger, you pass your turn, and because it's an aura deck, they're going to play 2 spells at a turn. Because it's an aura deck, it's in their nature. So if they play 2 spells, Brutal Cathar transforms and it eats up their Hushbringer. And that's the reason why we're playing 4 copies of Brutal Cathar towards the end. But aside from that, so Azorius control is like a toss-up. If you go first, if you have Esper Sentinel out and Thalia out really early, you basically win the game, like no contest. But if you go second, it actually becomes so impossible. Because of Divine Purge and like Lotus Field ramping, the control deck is just so powerful at the moment. It's actually quite insane how powerful they are. And surprisingly, a lot of Rakdos Arcanist decks. There was one particular player that I've played against like 6 times, and they would have Thoughtseize and Inquisition of Kozilek, like multiple copies of those every single time, and it was just killing me. But other than that, a lot of Phoenixes makes sense. But yeah, great deck. I think that's all for the Humans deck. It's a great deck. I recommend it a lot. If you're playing against a lot of graveyard decks, this deck will crush them. Okay, let's talk about the Reanimator deck. So this deck got Divine Purge, and as you'd expect, Divine Purge is kind of broken. Yeah, not much to say, honestly. Like, this card is just broken. You exile all artifacts and creatures. I did not know this all artifact clause also affected lands, so when I was playing against an Azorius artifact deck, it just killed all their lands. I was so surprised. So I'm not gonna go over it too much on the deck. I'll just touch a little bit up on the top end here. So Elish Norn, we got 2 copies of Elish Norn, and you want to use Elish Norn against a life gain deck. So this is a really vital part of crushing the life gain decks, because if you play Elish Norn, you get rid of all the creatures that would give life gain. So if you ever reanimate or have the Elish Norn early against a life gain deck, you basically win the game. Sarah's Emissary, this is just an all-purpose creature that can win against a lot of things at the moment. A copy of Shaldred is there just to kind of break the mirror. This is a mirror breaker card. You don't need it, but it is helpful. And we got 1 copy of Coma just to beat up control decks. But anyways, that is all for now. That's just me rambling for 10 minutes, I guess. I don't know how helpful this video was for you, but just sharing some insight about the meta and talking about what works and whatnot. The rest of the video is gonna be me climbing to Mythic. But if you like the video, leave a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, I really appreciate if you did. I'll see you guys all later. Bye-bye. Nice set of hands. Nice set of cards. We'll keep that. It'd be like an Enchantress deck, which is not cool. Not very cool. We have to go fast if it is. I think it is. We need some Kaisel freebooters. Off the top would be nice. I have 4 mana available right now. Wow, they took the route that could lead them to death. And I think we actually do have it. 2, 4. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my god, we are 1 off. Right? I'm not crazy, right? The General Kudro's buffs. So this is 4. This is 5 damage. 1, 2. So this is 5 damage with 4, 7, 8. Yeah, they are 1 off lethal. That is a yikers. Them getting additional turn here is very much so a blowout. That sucks. That actually sucks a lot. That does suck. There it is, 9 lives. I was trying to prevent that. Oh, actually? I think we have it, because now we got Ranger Captain Abios. I can set a stop on their turn, and I have 5 attacking here. So I should be able to set up lethal next turn. So I'll crack this. Now they can't play Solemnity. They can only play creatures. Block, block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. I have 5 attacking, even if they blocked us. The 9 lives is gonna pop. Close game. Wow. That is sick. Even though we went second as well. That's a good hand if I had a way to discard. Artifact. Do I just... Okay, let's see what they do. I have a spare priest. Okay, I think I'm just going to Divine Purge them. Yeah. Pretty good. I guess I could just kill that. Never mind, I drew Thrill Discovery here. Actually insane. Actually insane. Okay. Counter spell? That was pretty good. Oh my god, it took lands as well? Okay, they're just dead. They're just dead. I didn't know that. Wow, you can't play this land as this meta. This is insane. Okay, Divine Purge needs to be nerfed. Okay, potentially a really good hand if we get a land to place a red land to play Seasoned Pyromancer on turn 3. Obviously, going second sucks against looks like an Indomitable Creativity deck. I don't have a Sarah's Emissary, actually. That's actually a big oops. Whoops. He did get another land, though, which is nice. I think we were animating Elish Norn. If they do the Locust God combo, Elish Norn is better. Now it's not perfect. Okay. I guess it was Locust God combo. I haven't seen a lot more Locust God combo compared to the Sarah's Emissary, so